What's up, guys? It's Professor Broman back here in Destiny to talk about some big changes that are coming in the weekly update. Well, they were in the weekly update, but here are the big fucking highlights, the top things about this weekly update. It's awesome, awesome stuff. So primarily something I think that is super cool, okay? Super cool. Once upon a time, Nightfalls were treacherous, terrifying, and scary. Now Nightfalls are going to be much more fun. Now, here's what I didn't like about Nightfalls previously, and the more I played, the more I hated this. I super hated Nightfalls, like this one, and the fact that, you know, you play the Nightfall, but you have to do it at the beginning of the week in order to get an experience buff. This was something I didn't like. There are a lot of changes coming to the Nightfalls, and one of the things that is changing about the Nightfall is that you are no more are you going to be required to do the Nightfall at the beginning of the week in order to reap the most benefit from it, in order to get the most experience or all of the hot spicy things you wanted, because they've rebalanced all the experience. So the changes of the Nightfall are kind of as follows. Now the Nightfalls are going to require level 40. Wiping is no longer going to return you to orbit. And extremely importantly, you are going to have a respawn timer that is similar to normal mode raids, aka you have 30 seconds before you can have someone come revive you. Now, I really like these changes. I think that they're great. It opens up the Nightfall to be more of a fun experience to you as a player and less of a ball-crushingly ridiculous experience. Now, I know that we all have our Nightfall moments where we were like, wow, finishing that Nightfall really feels like a triumph for me and my Guardian, and it felt great, and I'm sad now, you know, that maybe that particular part of the Nightfall experience, the triumphant, like, yeah, I beat that guy in the dick, that feeling might not be as intense, but I definitely enjoy the changes to the Nightfall, primarily on the experience side, and additionally, I enjoy the changes on the Nightfall when it comes to making it more fun to play. I'm always about making things more fun to play, and I realize that maybe if you're like a hardcore Destiny player, you're like, hey, you know, fuck that shit. Everyone should just have to deal with the hard, and if you don't like it, fucking get out. And I definitely understand that feeling. No! I'm dead. And I definitely understand that feeling. But I think that we are, as the harder core of the players, I think that we are going to be challenged a lot more inside of the Taken King than we have been previously. And so I'm not too worried that Nightfall may be being removed from one of the more hardcore sides of the game and put more kind of squarely in the middle of your experience. Difficulty-wise, you know, normal strikes, Nightfalls, then raids. Some Nightfalls, and I know you guys have all experienced this, we're going to keep trying. Some Nightfalls have felt much harder than any raid. And so I'm looking for, I like seeing it fall into a middle ground. If you're a little bothered by it, I get it. There's a couple things that maybe I don't really like, but all in all, I think it's a good change. Additionally, it's going to require level 40. I know I mentioned that, but I want to make sure I hit that again. Nightfall is going to require level 40. You know, still level cap. Pretty great. Additionally, some other stuff that's going to be really cool, and we're going to dive more in depth into these ideas later, are the changes that are coming to strikes. Just like in the Strike the Dreadnought reveal, they sort of talked about these bullet points. Strike replayability is augmented by being more variable, aka different enemies spawn in different orders, in different locations, etc. Bosses have more interesting combat phases and less vitality, so their bosses are easier to kill, less bullet spongy, but with more mechanics. And there are strike-specific rewards. This is really cool. Strike-specific rewards means that armor drops are going to be like trophies from the strike boss. Weapons are only going to be things that drop inside of certain strikes, which is really cool. I like that. I like farming bosses. They're also changing weekly heroic strikes. Instead of having just one weekly heroic strike and spreading it across all three of your characters, they're going to have a heroic strike playlist, and the first 3 times you complete that, you're going to get the weekly rewards that you would usually get from completing one weekly strike on every single one of your characters. I like that they're making it a playlist. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be really fun. So those are the big changes on the PvE side of things. There's a couple PvP changes, and we're gonna get into that maybe tomorrow, maybe a little bit later, but I just wanted to hit you up with the big changes to the Nightfall and the weekly, the kind of the way the game breathes a little bit, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I like the change, and especially with more activities coming into the game to complete every week, I think it's going to be really important to kind of balance out difficulties so that people don't ever really feel a huge time crunch in the week. Like, you don't, if you have a limited time to play, and this is kind of going back to one of the foundations of my YouTube channel here, is I wanted to help people play this game in an optimal way, because I know not everybody has 6 to 8 hours a day to play video games. Maybe you have a 2-hour ritual every night. And it really sucks to have the 2 hours that you have playing this game to be spent on one Nightfall completion, or worse, 0 Nightfall completions. So I think moving forward, Bungie is definitely trying to lessen the burden on the people who have, you know, a little bit less time to play, while still creating challenging new features that are going to be much more involved than they were in the past. And I'm referencing the raid when it comes to this. Game Informer released some information today with an interview with Luke Smith, where he basically said that this new raid is going to be a much greater challenge to your teamwork, your gear, your planning, and all that stuff than all the other raids combined. Obviously, that's yet to be seen, right? We can't see that yet. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the challenge increase all over the map, and seeing some things maybe knocked down a peg or two on the challenge, because I think it's going to make the game, one, much more accessible to everyone, which just means two things, guys. It means more players and more people having fun. And if you're a fan of Destiny like me, the one thing you want to see is more players. I love having more people to play with. I love having a richer game world. And honestly, by the time Destiny 2 comes out, if there's a large community for this game, I think that the world of Destiny is, well, since there already is a large one, and if it continues to grow, the world of Destiny in Destiny 2 is going to feel massive and super populated, and I can't wait, man. I love this game, and I really feel like Bungie is moving in a lot of good ways when it comes to Taken King. Every little bit of information we find out, I feel like, is a step in a positive direction or a neutral direction, which is a whole lot better than what it was in the past, which was, it was either good or holy shit, why are they doing this? This is terrible. Also, and this is a big bullet point, and I'll make sure to hit this again tomorrow, the 2.0 update, the weapon balancing, all that stuff to get ready for the Taken King, which is going to include 18 gigabytes if you're on PlayStation. I don't really have the rest of them. 18 gigs on PlayStation 4, and I think it might be 18 gigs on Xbox One. Let's find out. I'm just going to look. No, yeah, 18 gigs on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and 10 gigs for Xbox 360, and 20 gigs, oh Jesus, if you're on the PS3. Interesting. For the update. This is the update, much like the other big title updates that happened before the release of The Dark Below and House of Wolves. This is going to contain all of the files that we will be using to play the Taken King. It's a hefty update, and I am definitely looking forward to getting it, and of course playing Crucible and everything that 1 week before we have the big release of the Taken King. It's going to be fun. It'll be fun to try and figure out the new meta. I'm very much looking forward to it. Oh, darn again, it's bad. Thanks for watching today, guys. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to get hyped for the Taken King, because I sure am. Incredibly hyped. There's going to be another reveal next Wednesday of the Dreadnought. Looking forward to that. Remember the changes that are coming to the Nightfall. Remember that September 8th is going to be the big release of all this new content. We're going to be downloading it. And also remember that I love you guys. You're amazing. I appreciate you so much. I will catch you guys next time in Destiny. You will have a fantastic evening and have a great night. Or whatever. Morning. If that's where you're at. Butts. I just got done streaming, man, so my brain is fried. Anyway, this is a terrible ending to a video, and I hope you loved it. Bye, guys.